So one important concept that Goldman brings up is that of a theory of justification being a historical one. And reliabilism, his theory of justification, he describes as a historical theory of justification. This is because what matters for justification, according to the reliabiliist, is whether the belief was formed by a reliable process, reliable belief forming process. That is, what matters is the process by which it came about. What matters is its history. And according to reliabilism, you can be justified in having a belief even if you have no present evidence for it. So what matters is not the current time, but the the history of how the belief came to be. As long as it was arrived by a reliable process, you can be justified. Your belief can be justified. Evidentialism, by contrast, is not a historical theory. According to evidentialism, your justification depends just on your present evidence, not the history of how the belief was formed. And so this is a really important distinction between the two views. It's not just about internalism, externalism, as we talked about before. That is important, but it's also one's about current time, the others about history. Evidentialism is a current time theory. Reliabilism is a historical theory. So how can we compare these? How do we sort of see how they're different? So imagine, here's a case, that you once saw the editor of the New York Times, and you notice that he had a mole on his chin, so you came to believe it. Later, you've forgotten that you saw him, so you don't even remember that you saw him at all, but you still have the belief that the editor of the New York Times has a mole on his chin. According to reliabilism, this belief can be justified because it was formed by a reliable process. That is, you perceiving this mole on the chin of the editor of the New York Times. Evidentialism, by contrast, suggests that the belief might not be justified since you don't have any evidence that supports it. And if you look inside your head, there's no evidence at all that supports this belief, that justifies it. There's nothing in your head that does so. And so evidentialism can say you're not justified. And so this case really brings out that reliabilism can say it is justified because of the history of the belief, how it came to be. Whereas evidentialism says the belief's not justified because you don't have any current evidence that supports it. Key thing here being current evidence that supports it.